5, 4, 3, 2, 1, beast mode. That's the secret to anything you want to do in life. Those 5 seconds can either make you or break you. You either moved or you didn't. That's it. That's life in one moment. Every time you hesitate, you're voting for the life you already hate. If you want change, stop lying to yourself. You don't have a motivation problem. You have a decision problem. You already know what to do. You just don't do it. Not because you can't, but because deep down you've made peace with staying small. You've gotten comfortable rotting. The 5-second rule isn't a trick. It's a mirror. It shows you whether you run your mind or your mind runs you. One efficient way of going forward is to count backwards 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and you blast off. Because if you don't interrupt your thoughts will bury you alive. You don't need more time. You've had years. What you need is less permission, less waiting, less of this illusion that clarity comes before action. It doesn't. Clarity is a reward for moving, not a prerequisite. Here's the part that stings. Your brain doesn't care about your potential. It only cares about keeping you alive. That's why it sabotages anything that feels risky. Starting a business, having a hard conversation, or even waking up early. Your survival brain is addicted to the familiar, even when the familiar is garbage. That's why you keep going back to the same comfort, the same habits, and the same excuses like a junkie licking the floor for crumbs of dopamine. If you've ever thought that you're stuck, that is a big fat lie with 10 babies and 14 grandchildren. You are not stuck. Your mind is weak and unfocused. You're too comfortable with misery and mediocrity. You've gotten used to betraying yourself so much it doesn't feel that way. Guess what? You just set a time bomb on your future self, and trust me, it will do the needful when time comes. You say you want to be great, but you don't even answer your own alarm. That's pathetic and sad. You scroll for 3 hours and then tell yourself you're tired. You've read the books, watched the videos, repeated the affirmations, but none of it matters if you don't act. And let's be real, you've built a highlight reel of hesitation. You rehearse failure so well, you've won Grammys and Nobel Prizes for yourself. But here's where the 5-second rule breaks the cycle. When you count backwards, you shock your system. You become a psychological rebel and stand against the very fabric of your existence. You bypass that lazy, anxious, excuse-making autopilot your brain has switched on. You flip on the prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain that actually gives a damn about your goals. And in that tiny space between I should and I won't, you get a choice. Move or stay broken. Real people use this to walk away from decades of depression, from abuse, from paralysis by perfection. Not because it's magic, but because it's movement. 5 seconds of pure defiance. Against fear, against shame, against every self-inflicted chain that's kept them crawling through a life they should have outgrown years ago. Don't misunderstand. The 5-second rule won't fix you. You're not broken. You're just undisciplined. Weak at the decision point. You want a life you haven't earned yet. You want the results of the brave with the habits of the afraid. But you can't cheat the process. You have to go through the fire. And it starts with a single step. A phone call, a rep, a boundary, a sentence, a video, post, positive habit, an email. And you'll never take it if you let your brain talk you out of it. The world owes you nothing. No one is coming. The clock doesn't care about your trauma. Life will punish you for what you don't do. Harsh? Good. You need harsh. Because comfort is killing you softly. You want to wake up one day full of regret? Full of what-ifs? Then keep doing nothing. Keep watching. Keep scrolling. Keep praying for a sign while ignoring the voice in your gut begging you to move. Or hear this and decide. Next time the moment hits, don't flinch. Don't justify. Don't wait. Just count 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And go off without looking back. Understand, you are an untamable beast of productivity and hard work. Understand, you are not cut out for mediocrity. Understand you are in the top 10% if you are 70% serious with your goals. Even if your voice shakes, even if your legs feel like concrete, even if your brain is screaming at you to sit down and shut up, you move and you don't stop. Don't ever stop. And if you do, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, take off. And here's what you don't know. 5 seconds of action can collapse 10 years of hesitation. 5 seconds of courage can start a life your excuses will never be allowed to touch. 5 seconds is the difference between a graveyard of potential and a legacy that hits like thunder. 5 seconds is the difference between the rich and the poor, the informed and the uninformed, the happy and the sad, the optimistic and the pessimistic, the fulfilled and the unfulfilled, a life of joy and a life of regret. And if you don't believe that, prove it. Count, move, change, or stay exactly where you are and spend the rest of your life explaining why. To test your commitment, subscribe in 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, subscribe. Have a motivated beast mode day, guys.